Right. Hi, Connor. How are you? I'm trying to find the best way to do this question for you. I have my own YouTube channel, so I've done this YouTube just for you, young man, right? Now let's have a look at this question, right? It's the balance sheet for a beauty salon, yeah? Now, you're given a list of the assets and liabilities that are there on that right-hand side. All you really have to do is turn the page over, all right? And look at the list. Where it's the red bit, you don't fill that in, you just go to the right-hand side. Now let's look at the fixed asset. A fixed asset is something that lasts for longer than 1 year, all right? So it's a long-term asset you have, right? It's a long-term thing that you own. I'll send it to you I'll send it to you, Mum. I've written it out for you. Equipment, look at the list. Equipment is 7,450. Vehicle and premises are 2,000, is it the premises? 28,650, okay? They are all long-term assets that the business have. That comes to, if you add all those together, that's 51,200, okay? That's your total fixed asset, is 51,200. I'll scan this and I'll send it to you by email, okay? The current assets now are assets, things that I own, which I've are mine now at the minute, yeah, and I can turn it in as cash, or things I can turn into cash quickly. Now my stock, if I've made something and I've got stock, right? It's mine, and I can keep that pounds worth of stock, right? Cash is obviously very liquid. It's, cash I have in the bank, if you like, that's the ultimate liquid asset. I can do anything with that cash. That's a current asset. I can just spend it immediately. And the cash is 2,700, right? Now, debtors are people who owe you money, right? Owe you money, owe the company money. Now, in that case, it's not too much, but it's 900. So 900 people, 900 pounds, sorry, is owed to you by whoever. Now, you hope to get that back within a year, yeah? So your current assets, you add them all up together, 9,800, 2,700, and 900, and that comes to 13,400 on that left-hand column, all right? So I got my total assets done now, fixed assets and current assets. Now, the same thing we do for liabilities, right? It's not very well laid out, this, as you kind of expect. The current liabilities, if you look at that list, okay, current liabilities, that's what you owe and what you owe sort of now. Do you know what I mean? It's what you owe sort of immediately or within the next year. A creditor is what you owe somebody else. You might have bought some goods and said, I'll pay you in a month's time. You're a creditor. You still have to pay it, right? Which is 3,100, right? An overdraft is a short-term bank loan to get you over a short-term problem. Overdrafts normally only last for a few months or so, yeah? And a short-term bank loan, I don't know why he's got a short-term bank loan and an overdraft, because they're basically the same thing, yeah? A short-term bank loan has probably got to be paid over in less than a year. So my current liabilities, what I owe at the moment is 3,100, 2,000 and 1,200, yeah? Which, is that right? Let me just check. 3,100, what's the overdraft? 2,000, and the short-term bank loan is 1,200. So it's 5, 3, 5, 6, 3,100 plus 2,000 is 5,100 plus 1,200, because I've done the maths wrong here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6,300. Yes, you see that? 6,300 goes in total current liabilities. 3,1 plus 2 plus 1,200, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 6,300. Right. It then goes down to the net current assets, right? Now that was confusing. Where it's not normally there on a balance sheet, but I'll tell you what net current assets is, all right? It's look at your current assets, which are 13,400 here, and then you take off. It's net means I take off the liabilities. Now the current assets, current liabilities is 6,300. So I take them away, 6,300, and that gives me 7,100, right? So I've got £7,100 worth of assets over current assets over current liabilities, which is quite good. Yeah, I own more than I owe, right? Now that's net current assets. Now net total assets we can't do yet. This is why this balance sheet is crazy, really. Now the financing, how do I pay for the business? It's paid with long-term liabilities, right? Long-term liabilities are loans you have over a long-term period, 10, 15, 20 years. Now, a long-term liabilities on this list is a mortgage, which is 28,900, and a long-term bank loan, right, which is 16,500. So you add those together, and that goes on the left-hand side. 45,400. Are you with me? I hope you are. I'll go through it again if needs be. 45,400. Now, my net total assets, as all my assets, fixed and current, minus all my liabilities, fixed and current liabilities, yeah? So let me just work this out because I did a slight mistake before. My total fixed assets are 51,200, right? My total current assets are 13,400, right? 51,000 and 13,400. Now, add those together, 51,200 plus 13,400 is 64,600, right? So my total assets are 64,600, okay, which is good. That's my total assets. What are my total liabilities, right? Everything that I owe, short-term and long-term. My current liabilities now is I made a mistake, so that's 6,300 is my current liabilities. My long-term liabilities is a bit further down, is 45,400, right? 45,400. So I add those two together, and that's 6,300 plus 45,400, yeah? And that comes to 51,700, okay? 51,700. Now, my net total assets are all my assets minus all my liabilities, right? All my assets minus all my liabilities. So what I've got there, all my assets were 64,600. All my liabilities were 51,700. Yeah? And that says net total assets, right? 12,900. Now that's quite good. It still means the company has more assets than it's got liabilities, right? It's got £12,900 more assets when I add them all together and liabilities. Now, that's good, but I've got a 28,000 mortgage and I've got a £16,000 bank loan, yeah? But that's over a long term. Now, where it gets confusing with this one, the retained profit, which is what money I've got, you know, profit. I made profit of 12,900, right? So what assets has the business got, right? The total capital that the business has got. Really, you add this 12,900, which is a net total assets, 12,900, and you add it to the cash you got, yeah, plus 12,900, yeah, and that's going to give you 25,800. Now, capital can mean a lot of things in business. It's simpler than that. I don't know who give you this. It's not a very good example, But, you know, you work out, most of the figures go from one to the other. It's knowing what to add up. Add up all the total fixed assets, add up all the total current assets, all the current liabilities, all the long-term liabilities, and when it's total net, well, net means one away from the other, right? So net current assets, you just take the current assets of current assets and take away the current liabilities. Net total assets, you take everything, fixed and current, yeah? Take them all together. Now it's a positive figure here. You've got more assets and liabilities, which is quite good. You've got 12,000 in the bank. Your assets are more than your liabilities. This is the way I read it. There's the last line of total capital. You can read it a number of ways, but some are more complex than others, and I won't go down that with you. So the business has got £25,800 worth of assets, of net assets, right? Because it's got a bit of cash in the bank as well. Now, that's where she stands at this. This tells you what it is at this moment in time, yeah? So she's got to pay, obviously, a mortgage. We don't know how much that is monthly. She's got to pay a long-term bank loan. You know, she's still got £45,000 worth of £45,400 worth of liabilities to pay. The only short-term liability she's got is she owes some people some money. She's got an overdraft of 2,000, and she's got a short-term bank loan of 1,200. Now they might want those back quickly. Yeah, the bank would say, right, your overdraft's only for a couple of months, so I want it back. Yeah. Now has she got enough money to do it? Yes, she has, because she's got 12,900 in the bank, so she could pay all those short-term liabilities. And I don't know why she doesn't. She owes people 3,100. She's better off paying them all off. Yeah. She's still being credit, and she's still got net capital in the bank of 27,600. So she's got enough to pay, and obviously every month she's still making money and so on. This is just a figure for 1 year. Now, I don't know if that makes any sense on YouTube, but at least you've had your own YouTube, mate, all right? So any problems, get back to me by email or phone me or whatever, right? But I'll put this, I did a figure slightly wrong, so I'll change it and do it again for you. Cheers, Connor.